right, everyone. So I have Adebayo with me. Adebayo, of course, is head of business development at FTX in Africa. And it's a real privilege to have Adebayo with us. Of course, FTX are doing remarkable work here in the African continent. And of course, many people have seen their products worldwide and globally. Most people have an account, I'd imagine. But what do they have to offer? What are the groundbreaking features of FTX? And that's what Adebayo is going to take us through. So Adebayo, I'm going to hand over to you. We're looking forward to the session and really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Very happy to be here. So hi, everyone. My name is Adebayo Juwon, and I'll be going through major features of FTX. Firstly, I'm going to be introducing FTX, right? How FTX has grown from what it was to what we're currently at the moment, right? So I'll be sharing my slide quickly. So just give me a couple of seconds to get that going. So a quick introduction into FTX. I believe a couple of persons may be new, right? It's well understandable that some people really don't know what FTX is, but this slide is going to explain what FTX is, what we're here to achieve, and why we're here. So FTX, firstly, is a cryptocurrency exchange, right? Institutionally grade exchange. Currently, we have our headquarters in Bahamas. So we started about 2.5 years ago, which most of our marketing activities started about 6 months. If you've been following the crypto space, you find that we've done quite a lot of things, from signing ambassadors, major deals, Miami Heat. We get the naming rights to FTX Arena, and recently we signed a deal with Mercedes AMG, Formula One, and a couple of them, So let's dive into it. So we majorly understand that the crypto industry has been growing quite a while, especially these past years, and FTX has been part of it, right? So compared to other exchanges, why should you really look into FTX? Right? What is significant about the platform, and why do people enjoy using it? So we have a couple of features, right? And I'm going to be going into them one by one. FTX offers futures, right? Currently, you can trade PEP and then dated futures, right? So we have spot markets, a couple of hundreds of them, where you can buy major cryptocurrencies, right? Leverage tokens. FCS is actually the first exchange to get these leverage tokens going. I believe a couple of exchanges also have these, but FTX is a pioneer of these and still very active on the exchange. So we have an OTC DEX for those who are quite interested in trading large amounts of crypto assets. I think can trade almost no limits, right? And you get to trade it at a go. FTX also have spot margin where you can borrow and also lend your crypto assets to get interest on that. And we have tokenized stocks. Like I mentioned earlier, right? FTX is an industry leader, so we kind of invent a lot of new products. Tokenized stock is one of them, where you have tokens representing some stock, right? We have a ton of them ranging from Apple stock, Tesla, Alibaba, Facebook, right? And these stocks are actually redeemable, right? So those are one of the features, some of the products FTX offer. FTX Pay. So this is mostly for those who probably offers services right online. So for you to accept crypto assets as payment, FTX offers an API where you can connect the API to your platform and receive crypto payment with little or no cost. We have prediction markets, right? During the last year's election, we had very popular a market which was Trump and bidding, right? Which people get to trade which one of them wins the election. The contract expires to 1 or 0, depending on who wins. So we have a couple of this market in and out, depending on what is going on in the space. We have volatility products, right? These products follows price movement of some assets. So you get to trade them, right, based on how the market moves. So we have fiat, right, where you can also deposit fiat on the exchange, euro, South African rands, then the US dollar also. And recently, the NFT market has really been booming. So FTS also have an NFT marketplace where you can list, mint, buy and sell your NFTs. So let's go quickly to FTX Growth. I mean, for the past couple of months, FTX has raised a couple of rounds, Series A and B. Right, currently, FTX is ranked as one of the fastest growing company in the world. So we've had over some X growth since last year, right, till this May. I think currently this should be way more than what it is here. We have our competitors. Binance has grown about 72.5x, right, as at when the data was collated. We have Coinbase, Kraken, Bitfinex, and we can see the numbers where how these companies are really growing over time. So this right here, this graph right here is a little bit updated, right? I think we have it to this month, 10th, and then you'd see the blue one representing FTX shows how FTX has grown compared to other exchanges. Binance, which is the closest, is currently the next competitor when it comes to growth. So, like I mentioned earlier, one of the major deals FTX had this year was to name the Miami Heat to FTX Arena. This has been one of our biggest deal and the biggest marketing moves so far in the company. And I believe this is a great deal to get attention of sport lovers in the US. And then this was the opening of the FTX Arena. You see Sam there, and then some of the team members who made the deal possible. So one of the deal we also did was to get a naming right to one of the biggest esports company, which is TSM, currently named TSM FTX. Right, this is also targeted at esport lovers, right, to get a brand to their face, right, increase brand awareness within the esport community. Also, Trevor Lawrence, right, was signed as an ambassador, right, because he's one of the biggest football player in America. Currently signed as an FTX ambassador. All these is actually aimed at increasing FTX brand, which has been very, very, very impressive in terms of results. And also, in the beginning of my presentation, I mentioned FTX deal with AMG in the Formula One race. If you notice the pattern here of our deals and partnership, this has majorly been within the sport, right? Sport lovers, right? I believe this is one thing that really brings many people together, no matter where you come from or your interest. So we decided to make this a point of where we could connect with many people across the globe. So how did this all, became possible within a very short period of time? Considering the fact that FTX started operations 2019, I think May 2019, and has really done quite a lot and became industry leader. Um, we are what we are today. So let's take a quick dive into what make all this possible. So we have CEO, right, Sam Bankman-Fried, 29 years old. I think according to Forbes, currently the richest guy in the crypto space, worth about $22 billion. So this is FCS CEO. He's been a very awesome guy who has also played a very, very important role in making FCS what it is today. And he is everybody's guy. Everyone really loves him. Right. So if you're very active in the crypto space, I believe you'd know SBF and probably learn a couple of things in on Twitter from his threads. So this was a very popular picture flying on the internet some months back. This was Sam in Hong Kong office, right? So Sam literally walk and sleep in the office, right? Where you see some of our devs also always keeping their eyes on the screen, making sure everybody is getting a wonderful experience trading on FTX. So we have everyone always putting their hands, on keys, making sure that um, everything is going smoothly. So this is the co-founder, but also the CTO, Gary Wang of FTX. Right, Gary also puts almost all his time. Right, is a screen person. Right, computer, always looking at the screens and making sure that everything is up to date, everything is going on smoothly. This is Nishad. Nishad is the head of engineering. Right, he's also very wonderful person, right? He sleeps in the office also most of the time. So these guys are always there, putting most of their time to make sure that everyone trading on FTX have a very wonderful time, and they have little or no downtime at all. And those who are crypto traders, can actually testify that even when there's high volatility in the market, right? When most exchanges are down, FCST stands out. So this is FTX team. I think this is Sam's birthday. Some team hang out in Hong Kong. Yeah. So this is FTX African team members. Recently, we've been having a crypto tour in Africa, going from cities to cities, right? And then we plan coming to South Africa sometimes this year or probably early next year. So the goal is to also increase brand awareness in Africa, right? Increasing adoption, going from cities to cities, inviting industry leaders to make sure that everyone is fully involved in the crypto movement. So that being said, I'll go into major features of FTX and why you should consider, if not already trading on FTX, why you should consider trading on FTX. Okay. So why trade on FTX? I mean, for crypto traders, I really realized that it's kind of difficult or to move your assets from one exchange to another, especially when you're used to trading on an exchange, right? But I believe everybody wants what's best for them, and then let's take a quick tour of what FTX really offers and why you should consider trading on FTX. So this is FTX homepage. If you've not been on FTX.com before, this is what it looks like. Things are pretty much arranged and simple. I believe even a grammar can actually find a way to navigate the platform. So yeah, let's take a quick dive into this. Okay. So before I begin, we have an active community on Telegram and Twitter. just in case you have questions after this event, you can always drop them off, probably tagging us on Twitter or join the FTX African community. Right. So, what are the benefits of trading on FTX? Right. We have a very friendly user interface, right, where you can actually navigate the exchange yourself without asking for help or looking for a tutor to guide you around, right? And we try as much as possible that the platform was built to satisfy both new traders and then existing traders, right? To satisfy retail and institutional traders, right? Then we have a mobile app called FTS Pro on Play Store and Apple Store, right? Where you can perform your trade to just a click of a button, right? So, like I mentioned also in the last slide, we have a very strong communities on social media, right? So you can always engage us and ask questions anytime you have any difficulties. Okay, so tokenized stocks with leverage. So on FTX, we also invented this product in crypto space where you can use your crypto assets to buy stocks, right? This is called tokenized stocks. Right? These tracks the prices of the stocks in real time. Okay, so you can use Bitcoin, for example, to buy Tesla stock. You can use USDC to buy Facebook stocks and things like that. So you don't necessarily have to go through a long process of getting a broker to place your trade for you, stressful KYC process and things like that. Just for you to do your KYC on FTX, and then this process is pretty much open for anyone who is interested to trade. All right, and also we have an NFT market, all right, where you can trade, buy and sell your NFTs, right? I think the very advanced part of the NFT market is in FTS US, right? FTS.US, right? But this is also available for on FTX.com. So, and it's also very important to note that FTS has the lowest minting fees in an industry. Okay, so I think you mint for about $1 or two. Yeah, and then for trade there's about 2% trading fee compared to other platform where they charge 2.5 or 3%. So as I speak, I believe FTS has the lowest trading fees in the NFT market. Right. So we have sports, we have futures, leverage tokens, volatility tokens. We have numerous markets in which you could explore and find what you're more comfortable with. We give our users various options where we could find your own spots and be comfortable there in the market. So on FTX, we have multi-collateral kind of trading, right? So you necessarily don't have to trade with one particular asset. I think almost all the coins listed can be used as collateral on FTX, which makes trading a lot easier for futures traders. So leverage tokens. Well, leverage token is a little bit more technical than what I could just explain in a slide. But this is mostly useful for those who are transitioning from sports to futures trading, right? So instead of just jumping on futures trading and getting introduced to liquidation head-on, you could probably try out leverage tokens because you have a fixed margin, right? And then you have zero chance of getting liquidated, right? So it's something you'd really want to try out if you're a sports trader and aspiring to move on to futures. So Talking about fees, right? We have also the lowest trading fees in the crypto space, right? So if you're trading huge volume, I think trading fees is what you really want to consider, right? Where you place a trade. For someone trading a couple of hundreds of dollars, you may not really care because your fees can be very ignorable. But for someone trading hundreds of thousands, or tens of thousands of dollars, of course, you really want to check how much fees you're trading, and FTX offer the lowest possible fees in the industry. We have FTX token, which you can stake also to lower your trading fees and also get higher referral rebates. Okay, we have indexes and odds. Okay, where you can trade DeFi pair. This is a basket of DeFi tokens that tracks, let's say, Monero and tokens like that. You can trade it pair. We have privacy token, right? Basket of privacy token where you can also trade the pair of that. Okay, this is the interface on NFT Marketplace. All right, this is what it looks like. Very much simple, I believe. So FJSP, and this is one of the products we also introduced not quite long, where you can receive payments on your platform using FTX Pay, right? Quite simple. If you're interested in these, you can always send a message, and we're very happy to guide you through. So, other great features of FTX. So, I'm going to be going through these in details, right? So, let's start from what we have on the left side of the screen here, which is sub accounts. Right. So FTX has these sub account features where you can create, on default, you can create up to 50 sub accounts. Right. These sub accounts allows you to trade independently. Right. So whatever happens in one of your sub accounts, right, it does not affect what happens in the other. So you can isolate your trades. By default, FTS is cross trading, right? So you have to create different sub accounts to isolate your trades. So let's say I get liquidated in one of my sub accounts, my funds in the other sub account are totally safe, right? So for those who probably new and you really want to put all your eggs in a basket, you could probably just try out sub accounts, put few funds there, and then play with it, and be rest assured that funds in your other sub accounts are pretty much saved. Okay. Also, we have options, right? For those who's interested in options, we have FTX OTC for bigger trades. I mentioned this earlier in my presentation, right? So we have an OTC dex that accommodate very large trades. Okay, so I don't hesitate to try that out. It's all your trades get executed in just a single trade. We have sub accounts, which I just mentioned, lending and borrowing. Right, of course, you have to have collateral right in your account before you can borrow. And if you have some asset lying around, you can also lend them for some interest. You have staking on FTX, where you can stake your assets, and also receive yields on them. So FTX also have 0% and withdrawal fees. This used to be all round before the surge in gas fees on Ethereum network. So for the Ethereum network, you can FTX pays 50%, right, of your fees. You pay the other 50% of it, right? But for most of the other chains, withdrawal fees are pretty much free. Also, trading with multi-collateral assets, which means you can use many of the crypto assets on FTX as collateral. right? You can use FTT as collateral, right? You can use Shiba, you can use many of these tokens as collateral, which gives you multiple options, right? Also, we have Quant Zone for those who are interested in trading with bots or having um, their trades, automated. So you can also create a trading strategy on FTS Quant Zone. Also, we have a very friendly liquidation engine, right? I believe you you have lesser chance of getting liquidated on FTX, right, compared to other exchanges, right? And then this is quite a hot, very hot data, but still pretty much valid, right? Where this is an independent research, so I decided to just display this here. So you have, as you can see, you have lesser percentage liquidations going on FTX compared to our competitors. So, and one of the things also that makes all this possible is that we have very, very smart team, always working all hands on deck, making sure that everything works as planned and everybody's very comfortable treating an FTX. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to um, share show my screen on what FTX really looks like. Right. So if you go to FTX.com, right, this is what the the exchange looks like. Right, pretty much simple. So I'll be navigating the exchange for those who are still new. Right. So 1 second. All right. So this is what FTX.com looks like. Right. For those using the PC, right, the app is quite different, but for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to be using the PC version, right, desktop version to navigate. So here you can find a list of markets, right, on FTX. Here you see futures where all the futures contracts are listed on FTX, right? Pretty much a lot of them where you can find an asset you're looking for, right, to trade. Then we'll have spot market, okay, where you can also trade any one of. Let's say I'm going to trade BTC, USDC, USDT. You can just click on this and takes you straight to where you can perform your trades. Okay, so that's where you can find the market. Also, another place you can locate the listed assets is this tiny button right here on the top left. Okay, you can also see that you'll find a list of crypto assets there. You see futures, you can actually click search and quickly look for something. Let's say looking for Dodge, right? You see the Dodge there, right there. Right. If I'm looking for spot markets, I can actually go to spot and also do a quick search there. So this makes it easy for you to navigate and also identify what you're about to trade or what you want to trade. We have other asset class right here, crypto asset there. So also you can find that market is also accessible, right? Just mere looking at your screen. So I just showed you three different ways where you can actually find the listed crypto assets on FTX Market first. This button right here, and then you can still click on any of these. It's going to take you right there. Okay, so let's take a look at what trading really looks like. So to make everyone move towards responsible trading, FTX also reduced leverage from 100, from 101 actually to 20x. So the maximum you can trade leverage on FTX is 20. Right, this is to encourage responsible trading. Right, so currently you can also change the maximum leverage you want to use on FTX by moving the slider right to the one you're comfortable with. Okay, and also you have um, your other book, right, right here. Okay, and you see my sub accounts here, which means I can quickly switch sub accounts. I have about 5 sub accounts here. Clicking any one of them takes me to the particular sub account which I want to go to. So also, this is where you perform your trades. I mean, everybody's pretty much interested in what you do with this. So you can also input how much you want to put on the trade here, or use the slider to increase, or if you want to use percentage, how many percent of your assets do you want to enter a position with. Okay, so these buttons pretty much do that. We have other types, different other types, limit order, market order, stock market, and the likes. Okay, and then we have 3 type of the form here. This is what it looks like. So this is quite interesting for a lot of traders because you don't really have to go through the houses of placing different orders at the time. So with just a click of a button, you can actually place all these trades. So I'll be citing an example of how this works. So let's say I want to take a profit at 10%, right? I can actually just input 10% here, and then it automatically calculates my take profit price. Right? Let's say I want to set my stop loss at let's say 5%. Right? Automatically it calculates my stop loss point here. Okay, and I can also adjust how much of my collaterals I want to use to place the trade. So clicking place orders, all right, is gonna place all this order all at once for me, right? My entry order, take profit, and stop loss, right? So that is how the 3 type order form works. Okay, so let's do that. All right. So I have my positions, and I have to trigger orders, which are stop market and take profits. Okay, so you can find this button here. Looks like a small calculator button just right here. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that FTS is easy to navigate. If you notice, each of the buttons, each of here, everything you click on does not really bring out other buttons, right? It takes you straight to where you tend to go to. So let's go to my wallet. Okay, so you would find all the available crypto assets you can deposit or withdraw on FTX. So let's say I want to deposit USD. All right, we have a basket of USD which comprises of TUSD, USDC, USDP, BUSD, and HUSD. right? USDT is not part of it, right? Because it's listed separately. Okay, so you can, let's say I want to deposit USDC, for example, right? You find that you have different deposit address. This is the Ethereum deposit address. You have the SPL, and then you have W USDC, right? So you can always copy and send the address to wherever you're sending the funds from. Okay, so the deposit, you have the withdraw button also, right? So it also displays, gives you options of the basket. Here's the basket. So same works for other assets. If you want to withdraw, you have these buttons here. Let's say I want to move funds between sub accounts. This happens instantly with zero fee. So if I want to move any funds, I can just click on it, right? And then what sub account to what sub account, right? I can move it from trading to, let's say, main account, right? So maximum place transfer funds are moved to the sub account instantly. Okay, that is how you move. And then we have convert to dust right here. Okay, so if you have on dust, you can convert them on FTX. All right, convert them to FTT. Okay, so I'll be going quickly to how you can create your sub account. Okay, this is also a very simple step. You'd see create sub account here. So let's say I want to create a sub account called Crypto First, right? It's created instantly, right? So I have a sub account where all the features are also available. Okay, so instead of creating multiple trading accounts, FTS gives the opportunity to have up to 50 different accounts all with one login. Okay, so that is how uh, you can create a sub account. Pretty much straightforward there. Okay, and you have your trade history. These are pretty much self-explanatory. And your open orders. I think I have an open order, right, for BTC Perp earlier. Right, these are my open orders. I can just come here to see what's happening there. My trade history, right, my profit and loss, historical balances, and things like that. Also, settings, right. Uh, Also, self-explanatory. Like I mentioned, a 70-year-old, 80-year-old grandma can actually navigate through the platform. So this is where you can actually set your withdrawal password to FA, change codes, your passwords, and things like that. Okay, and then you can also, you have your KYC here where you can have my KYC done already. So if it's not done, you'll see a button which shows you how to go about your KYC. All right. So fee tier, you can also find out what fee, how much fee are you paying here. Okay, your referrals, right? Margin, okay. API, if you're connecting to an API, okay. So it's pretty much simple. So this is where you can adjust the settings of your trades. Okay, what's going on within your account. This is where you can make adjustments to them. All right. So I think yeah, that's pretty much it. And we have a support here where you can quickly raise a ticket. Let's say you're having crypto deposit issue, you can raise a ticket. Let's say lost funds. Okay, right, and then it's quite easy to to fill out, and support is going to reach out to you as soon as possible, right? So we'll have a support center here where you can reach out to us as soon as possible in case you're having any issue. So right here, you have some information also about FTX. Right here about FTX Foundation. FTX gives out 1% of its fees to charity. You can also monitor what's been done with the fees here. So far, about $14 million, $14.6 million have been marked for charity so far, right? So you can also monitor what's been going on with the fees, with the charity. Here you have FCS Climate. Just some information you can find out using this plotting here. So for those who have questions, I mentioned earlier that we're pretty much active on social media. If you have any question, you can join the FTX African community on Telegram or follow us on Twitter. All right. So, and then question and answers. If you have anything, you can always throw us questions anytime. We'll stay here. So, yeah, I think that would be all. Thank you, guys.